The question is, what does entry mean to me? Where do you want me to look?
Ready to go?
Oh, that's a good question. Entry to me is a place where I can come experience the presence of God and know that during that hour I can come in here and know that He'll be here and He'll show up.
I still remember my sophomore year getting the first crack at speaking at Entry, and at that time when you first speak and just first start to be around the community of Entry, it doesn't fully hit you right away. And it's not until you kind of speak and get involved with what Entry is about that you really start to understand what Entry is and how you start to develop what Entry means to you.
We go to chapel in the sanctuary, and it's cool to see everyone worshiping together and seeing really big speakers. But when you get to come here and see your peers talking about stuff that's really close to their heart, it just really inspires me to want to go and do better things, because I really can see God working in their lives.
It's an amazing chance for people to come together, of course, and in a time of worship and gratitude unto the Lord. But then there's this chance where we can really get into our peers' minds and their hearts, and there's just something special about that. There's something real about hearing your peers' hearts.
It's raw, it's real. People's vulnerability is exposed, but I think that's really kind of the beautiful thing about it, is that because of the vulnerability being exposed, it is real.
In the main chapel, you go through the routine. You have your precise, you got to start on this time, you got to end on this time, and you got your message, and it's almost impersonal. But in Entry, it is as personal as it can get. You got a friend on stage, you got friends leading worship, giving the message, you got friends who are directing it, and you're sitting in an entirely student-run, student-filled sanctuary where everything to do with it has a friend involved.
I don't think it comes with every school that you go to, and I think it's special because you're actually hearing from your student body. I think it's a part of the community that we pride ourselves on at North Central, because we can actually hear what students are learning, and not just as a "this is my heart" necessarily, but as in a teaching way, in a way to teach other people what we're learning, what we're going through, so that it can impact the rest of the school.
The experience of how to work with a worship team, and how to be able to work as one with a group of people, because of course that's important in what worship team is and what music is.
I really feel like you need to come in with an open heart and receive whatever it is that a speaker is sharing, whether it's from their heart, their testimony, and just being open to learning about their journey and where God has taken them.
It helps me realize that I don't have to have a degree, I don't have to be in a huge church in order to make an impact for Christ. I can do it right now where I'm at, right here, and it can make a difference.
People in Entry, they know the school. They know everything about the school. Staff, faculty, when they give a message, they're giving a message from their view of what North Central is. But when you go to the school, when you live on campus, when you spend all day, every day for a week, a month, a year, you know North Central, and you know what you feel about the school. And when God gives you a message, it intertwined with what you know and what you feel like God's trying to say to you. That's a powerful message. And that's something that those teachers, those speakers who come from the outside, they can't fully express, which is something that when you know that person in entry is saying a message from God with all the details that go into being a North Central student, all the problems, all the things that they struggle with, when those things come together, man, there's nothing like one of those types of messages. And that's what makes the entry message an entry message.
It's been a place where I can experience Him through the worship, and it flows right through and speaks through the speaker, and you can feel His presence in here.
I really hope that maybe 10, 15 years when I'm way past this place, I can come back and still know that this program, this idea of entry is still going on, because in my ministry someday I will always look back on these moments where I was raw, when I was vulnerable, and just see it as a really cool place in my life, knowing that this was a growing spot.